Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday, and this one's got a lot going on, even though it's going to be fairly, for me anyway, minimalist, I think. The original is so gorgeous. First of all, it's by Josephine Vanderhoven, and you may know her as Scrappy Cat Josephine. She's just absolutely brilliant. And she did this one for the Cocoa Vanilla design team. And it's got two hexagons, and then the florals around it, the mixed media underneath, I'm going to try to come close to. And I've got an interesting an interesting version of the hexagons. But what I really love, and I love a lot about this layout, is that the title kind of continues down. Love this cute face so much. And so I'm going to somewhat maybe replicate that. I'm doing this for Scrap Squad Sunday, of course, and for Around the World in 30 Days, which is a hop where we scrap travel photos. And I'm also doing it for the Mind the Scrap Summer Challenge, which has requirements for florals, metal, hearts, 2 or more photos, and doodling. So that's by way of explaining to you why I'm going to have 2 photos instead of the pretty pattern paper inside there. So I'm going to put this aside now, and I'll bring it back when we're going through. I'm going to let, I have these hexagon-shaped acrylic pieces that were in the Bramble Fox Advent Calendar. And they were held together. There were 3 of them. This solid one and these 2 different sized ones were held together by a metal ring. And I had no idea how I was going to use them. I was going to make charms or something out of them. But I thought they'd make nice frames for this. So I put a tiny bit of my Nouveau glue on them, and it dries clear, and I can see that it is drying clear. So then I'm going to go around and cut this. But I'm going to put this aside while I do the mixed media. Then we'll go back to this while the mixed media is drying. So I'm going to put that aside. And these are the bits of my title. I'll get that off to the side as well. I've even got the alphas, the Cocoa Vanilla alphas, foam alphas that she used for part of her title. So I'm gonna do as much of a lift as possible. And I have, from my Scrap Backwards kit, which is made up of old Mind the Scrap kits, I have assembled either die cuts or fussy cut florals and other icons and words and other things I might use, and some butterflies. And I have a little Bramble Fox heart along with a Cocoa Vanilla heart, and I have a couple of leaves. I'm going to doodle some more, so I'm going to put these aside. And now I'm going to do the mixed media. And what I have in mind is, let me get, I didn't bring my brushes. I'm going to kind of size out. I think my hexagons are going to be about right there, and my title will go down this way. So I want kind of a space, a sort of a circular-ish space in this area. And I'm going to use scattered straw and tattered rose, which seem to match the florals nicely there. That's the scattered straw and that's the tattered rose. Okay, so we're scattering and tattering here today. And let's pull the pinkish brush and kind of, that's reading yellowish to me. I have this little, oh no, that one's been in black. I would swear to you that I had one that had pink on it. I tell you what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go with it because it's gonna kind of come out the color I want. Eventually, the pink will maybe show through. And I'm gonna add enough water to this to kind of get it moving around so I can get some water spots on it. I'm upset that I'm not getting pink, so I'm gonna go with this brush, which does have more of the pink. And I've got kind of a pinkish, yellowy beige there. But now I want to get some yellow on there. And so I have this one. I may need to get after these brushes. I'm going to go ahead and do the inside, even though I know it's not likely to show because my frames are clear and it might show through the frames. Okay, and I may go back and add some more of those colors later, but right now, I'm going to spritz and see what happens. I kind of like what I see going on over here, and I'm going to roll this across and see what I'm left with. Okay, I'm gonna, I don't want, and you get a little different effect when you rub it on when there's still a little bit of moisture there. And then I'm gonna go back and add some more moisture. So I really want to get this pink down here, and I'll kind of get some up there. And I think I have enough of the yellow, and I really like that effect, so I don't want to mess with that. But I'm gonna spritz a little onto that pink I just did, and we'll see how that works. And it doesn't, for this particular thing, it's really just kind of providing a subtle backdrop for the page. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and now let's cut those photos. Okay, so what I did was I measured, go figure, I am capable of measuring. And this I knew called for a 3x3 photo. When I measured this one, 2x2 photo. But as you can see, the frame is kind of inside the photo on the 3x3, and it's outside the photo for the 2x2. I don't care. I'm gonna go with it that way. I can use the rest of this photo paper. This is kind of bits from a, I'll just cut that off and save it. That can print me a couple more photos for our next page. Okay, so this is dry, and I'm really just gonna kind of use my knife to cut along the frame. And if it doesn't come out well, I will use it anyway, and then maybe go back and try to fix something off camera. But hopefully that cut through. there's some spots that aren't quite all the way through. And that's, okay, is this one. How's this side looking? I didn't go all the way to the edge there. What is holding on here? There's a stubborn bit somewhere on there. And I was thinking that if the cut looked raggedy anywhere and didn't cut clean, I could probably use some sandpaper or a nail file to smooth it out. I hope I don't need that. And maybe I should have done this off camera, but I thought you might be interested in seeing how it worked in case you got one of those Bramble Fox Advent Calendars and didn't know what to do with those frames. Okay, so there's photo 1. And I do have a little bit of tidying to do, but I think it can be done with my knife. I don't think I'm going to need a file. Okay, photo 1. And I'll try to press harder for photo 2 so we don't have as much rework to do. And it's going to look a little bit different with the frame out on the white part, but I'm going to be surrounding the photos with florals like Josephine did. Okay, there we go, photo 2. All right, now let's see. Now, the filter I used for these photos is called Lights, and it's in the Prisma app on my iPhone. And let's see, the big one I thought would go here, and the smaller one there. And they're not going to overlap just because of the type of frame. Whoops, and I've pulled some twine out. I'm going to have to redo the twine, but I will figure out a way to do that. Well, no, I kind of can't do it off camera because everything will be glued down. I must have cut the twine when I was cutting the photo. Sorry about that. And let me see if I can. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my put the twine in and let it go where it wants to go trick, because I don't think I can get my fat fingers to, see, I'll do it like that. And I think I'll do this one like that too, by just pulling that out and letting it go. Okay, that'll work. Now, what I want to do is maybe lift those up a bit. So I'm going to put some foam behind them. And I'm completely out of full sheets of foam. And I'm going to put the glue or the adhesive on the foam before I put it on the photo, because I don't want to press down on the photo. So I'm going to place that one right there. Okay. So I'm out of full sheets of foam, and I'm using pieces. I have a lot of pieces. So I thought, just as an, I don't know if it's ecological or economical, or both. Oops, I've done that, and then now, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll use a little liquid glue. I spent some quality time with my liquid glue yesterday and really washed out the cap and washed out the little applicator. And I'm happy that it is flowing nicely today. Do I want to line those up? Yeah, I think I do. We'll go there. So that's the start of it all. And I'm just going to let those go, and I'll kind of work the flowers in around. So Josephine has got some flowers kind of coming up the top. She's done her hexagons a little bit differently from mine. I had to do mine this way because the holes were there. And she's got them kind of surrounding, and they overlap quite a bit because there's no photo there, and they kind of go off to the side there. So we'll see what I can fit in and what I can't. And the main thing I have to think about is my long title. So I'm going to maybe put some pieces of it on OReilly. So it's going to say Happy Friends, and I'm going to add an S to that I have right here. The Bramble Fox title piece doesn't have an S on it, so I can fix that. Happy Friends Travel Together. And I'm doing this in honor. Yesterday was my scrappy bestie, Scrappy Adam. It was his birthday. And so now he's only 42 years younger than me instead of 43. So I did not do a layout about him yesterday. So this is a birthday layout, and I'm actually doing this on Saturday. You won't see it until Sunday. So now this shows me where I have room for the flowers. And I'm using lots of Bramble Fox pieces from lots of different sets. And ooh, I like that. I like how the background kind of shows through. And I'm tying it all together with these pieces from the Happy and the Together from, I think it's These Days. I'm using mostly These Days by Cocoa Vanilla with probably some fussy cuts and die cuts from previous collections. So I want to use this banner somewhere as a nod to his birthday. And I think I'm going to put it up there on the friends. And I may do it after, well, no, I'm going to do it and then I'll tuck flowers under it. But I will have to tuck them under. I like it when they go at an angle, but I'm going to put it just right there. Okay, now I'm going to take fussy cut floral to start with, and I'm going to go all around, not paying attention to just the corners. And all of these, everything I'm using, well, not the Bramble Fox perspectives, but the all of the paper elements are from my Scrap Backwards kit, and I actually filtered the photos and kind of selected everything based on this set of embellishments, which of course were inspired by the original by Josephine. But my Scrap Backwards kit this month is made up of the leftovers from previous Mind the Scrap kits. And if you're a subscriber or familiar with Mind the Scrap kits, you know that there are really generous, beautiful ooh, that's kind of interesting. If I put it there, the flower kind of goes between the photo and the frame, which kind of highlights the frame. So I'm going to go with that. I'm so far using all the fussy cut ones, just because they tend to have a little bit, and they are from an older collection, but I've stored them with the Mind the Scrap kits, so I know because I know they came from there. Okay, there, and then I'll put something else around there. I've got, ooh, this one is nice, but it may be too big, so I'll save that. This one's kind of cute. I think the next time I travel to England, it's going to have to be in August, because it's Adam's birthday, but it's also Beatles Week in Liverpool. So anybody out there who's known me for a minute knows that that would be a special day for me. Okay, I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to kind of curl it up and kind of slide it in there. And I'm going to add those two, these two kind of, they almost look doodled leaves. And I suppose you can call that doodling. And then I'm going to doodle some similar ones in an area where I don't have these. So that'll be my doodling point for the Mind the Scrap kit, or Mind the Scrap challenge, rather, summer challenge. It's a team challenge, and it's so much fun. Let's see, I think I'm going to put it nope, I kind of like it over here. Maybe right this one go? This way. Okay, now I'm gonna work on, I want something right in there, not quite sure. Oh, I know. Butterfly. That's a good spot for a butterfly. And maybe I'll just leave it at the butterfly there. And not add any more flowers. So I need something right here too, and another butterfly in a different color maybe, and maybe from a different collection, a different style. Ah, here's a little blue one. And he's small, so he won't cover up too much of the word travel if I overlap him there. Okay, that's kind of not making contact there. I'll do that, and then I have some flare that I picked out to kind of match the colors, and I thought maybe I could do some this one has ladybugs in a lot of the same colors as the collection, and this is that. It really kind of ties in with this color, and I put it near this, and that's why I use that color butterfly, is to really kind of pump up, because you could go with these pale pinks, but oh, I see a place I can put this. This is kind of a reference to the fact that every time we went down to the to eat in the buffet, there's a machine, and if you buy a drinks package, you have a magnetized cup that you put to serve your drinks in. And every time we went down there, we'd forget our cup. So that's a reference to that. Okay. Also part of these days are these hearts, and I need there's a heart point. I'm gonna try to get that under the flower there, and then I'll put it down under the flare here. Okay, and what else am I missing? I think I've got all the flowers on there that I can, or that I care to. You can see the background. What I don't have are splatters. And I want to protect the photos from splatters, but everything else can get them. Oh, I have another flare here. This is that exact cocoa vanilla green. And I don't have much in my flare collection that is that color kind of grayish green. So I'll put that there, and it has cute little white flowers on it. So that's kind of cute. I'm going to put the sequins on before I do the splatters. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. I have a few sequins in my container that are from previous uses. They're not part of this sea glass collection, but I thought they might work with these colors. So I'm going to do one off the flowers there, and I'm going to scatter the rest of the sequins on the flower cluster. I did some the other day that kind of fell onto the page, and when they fell on the embellishments, I actually really liked that look. So I'm going to do that here. And some of these colors, quote unquote, match. Some of them don't. But I think they're all, the point of sequins is to kind of add sparkle and draw some interest, give your eye something interesting to rest on. So just a few in there. I'll add a few here, maybe one right there off, and a few on, kind of towards the lower end of the, and I've got this navy blue, which I wanted to use by the Adam's navy blue shirt, my navy blue jacket, and this navy blue butterfly there. And I'm trying to put contrasting colors on, like not putting pink sequins on pink flowers. I'm putting different colors so that you can see the sequins are there. And then one more down here. That's a pretty little blue one. And then I'm going to do some right here. I'll do one there, 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 and there. And I'm going to put a blue one right here. And I want to be sure and have a gold there. A different blue one there, and I don't want another brown one. I have kind of a brown accent there, and I'll put, that's too big, so I'm going to go with this smaller blue one. So there's a lot of blue on here. Okay, so there's that. I think we're done. I think that went faster than I expected. So let's pull the original. I have my title kind of going there, sort of bridging. I didn't overlap anything on the photo because it was not the right size, neither the photo nor the thing. I like the background, and I like everything about it, except it has no splatters. So let me pull some packaging out of my trash. And I will put a little bit of packaging right there, and a little bit of packaging right there, and then I'm gonna splatter away. And I'm going to let it get on my letters, on my title, just like Josie did. I don't know if she's called Josie, but I've admired her work for so long. I feel like I know her, so I'm gonna use a familiar term, right? I am making a mess with the splatters, and I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. I love this ink because it's very opaque. But it doesn't go on as well as my Dina Wakley, not my Dina Wakley, but my Diane Reevely did. So I'm gonna have to go get some more Diane Reevely or mix up my own. I like to mix up sometimes for whites. I'll mix gesso and watered down acrylic paint and then apply it just like this. And I'm sorry that this isn't going on as well as it usually does, but I'll fix that before the next video because I do like my white splatters. Let me go up in here. And over here. Let me get some on the flags. Okay, I think we're done. Let me pull that off and that. And I think we're good. So I've got a little white ink over here to clean up and a whole lot of other stuff to clean up. Let me get these in the trash before I mess something up with them. So I'm happy with it, and I'm glad because I needed to make a nice page to wish Adam happy birthday. And I had ordered something to send, and I've been waiting, and it has not, I've gotten my second late notice on it, and so I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to get something else to you, even late. So thanks for your patience. I appreciate all of you watching. And I hope you enjoyed today's page. I actually love it. The yellows are pretty prominent right here, and I've got this nice bit of pink down here, and it just really works with the cocoa vanilla flowers. So, and those sequins I used are sea glass from Spiegelmom Scraps, and they're perfect for seaside photos, but obviously, well, I guess this one was seaside. That's the cruise ship and a marina behind us in A Coruña, Spain. And then this was in the theater watching the Queen musical, We Will Rock You. And it was awesome. We liked it so well that night that we went back the next day for the matinee. And, you know, we went with Vicky Booten and, you know, a few of our other friends. So nothing like name dropping. So thank you for watching. Bye.